One school in Pennsylvania, Mills Creek, Pennsylvania, they seem to have bought into the idea that oh yeah, there it is right there. See, now you don't put it up there. Yeah, we were going to surprise the folks with it. They think that armed teachers would be good, but this is what they're choosing to arm them with. Right there. It's 16 inches long. That's not something that's going to take on a shooter. It's a mini bat. I'm not even joking with you. This is a real thing. I didn't talk to you about this yesterday because I thought this story was a hoax. Watch this.
Part of the formula now is to fight back, and so I think the bats that were provided for the staff are symbolic of that we are expected to fight back if the need arises.
$1,800. You see down there in the lower third? Actually over here, $1,800 that they spent on these bats. Now, this is dumber than a box of rocks. Actually, that was what one school did. They literally had buckets full of rocks. That was proposed just a few weeks ago. Tiny little bitty bats. Did they go and collect these from the ground at a ball field? I mean, what, did they have Bud Light printed on the other side? I mean, honestly, I don't think that we need to ridicule this that hard for people to realize how asinine this is. Oh, and it gets better. It gets better. You know that these tiny bats, they're locked away for the classroom safety. I'm not making this up. I mean, I was reading the story about this. This is an Erie affiliate, WSEE-TV, said it's a last resort, and the Mill Creek School Superintendent William Hall said it's an option we want people to be aware of. And then here, and I'm going to butcher his last name, but here it goes. Mill Creek Education Association President Jim Cacchione says that he supports the decision to arm teachers with bats, which will be locked up in the classroom. Can you throw that bat up there again? Just throw that picture back up. That little bitsy, witty bitty, itty bitty witty bat. Little witty bitty bat. Look at that. You couldn't hit a bird with this thing. You could maybe clean your teeth with it. They locked it up in the classrooms. What is a teacher supposed to do with this against an armed intruder who is hell-bent on mass casualties? Are they going to swat the bullets out of the air? What are they going to do with this? $1,800, 16-inch baseball bat. If you could go back in time, directly to the moment that a school massacre happens, to right when the murderer has entered the building and is about to begin his rampage, and if, in that event, you were able to just have one thing in your hand, one thing, you're going to hand one thing to a teacher in order to put them in a position to defend themselves and defend their students, what would it be? What would you hand that teacher? Would you hand them that little bitty bat? Little bitty 16-inch bat? Would you hand them a bag of rocks? Literally, one school had a giant bucket of rocks, and they went to a quarry and they got a bunch of river stone and they put it in their closet. Would you hand them an AR-15? Or would you hand them gun control pamphlets? Here's a bonus answer. Would you just hand them a gun-free zone sign? Because apparently if you wave a gun-free zone sign in front of a maniac who's about to inflict mass carnage, that magically just makes them just dissipate into the ether. Think carefully about your answer. But I'm betting that we all get this multiple choice answer right.